What is your current
Right now, I teach English in Vietnamese public schools,
occupation?
although my
So
goal is to transition into a full-time career, a full-time coaching career.
what is the situation we are working
Um, I wanted to like it's not so clear for me either. I just wanted to bring up something that I felt related to shame recently. And and it kind of hit me in a moment where I was like just kind of exhausted and burnt out from lack of sleep and maybe just too much coffee during the week. That yeah, there was just a moment in the day when I was the most burnt out. Suddenly I felt my mind go into this mode where it was looking through my entire life history and looking for things to make me feel ashamed about. And I was just kind of wondering, why is that happening? Like, why did that happen?
on? Well, what was the situation you were directly involved with?
All right. I was spending time with like a female friend who I'm reconnecting with. But I think in my mind there's still some like feeling of guilt about ending my previous relationship, and I think it might be related to that.
Okay. Well, I'm asking you now for permission to use this publicly to decide on the situation. And then that way, we can use this as an example for others to show them how hypno-coaching works and also get you some help in the process.
Cool. I'm trying to hear you.
So you say yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So, well, so the first thing I need you to do is, are you in a chair with a back?
Yes.
So that's a very important thing because we are going to put you into a deep state of trance. And then deep state of trance is going to be very similar to sleep. Now,
Mm,
unlike what you have seen on television or in shows, hypnosis is not something where I can make you do something you don't want to do.
mm,
If you don't want to do it, you will immediately come back to the safe place we are going to establish. And then you will walk out of the trance. That way you don't suddenly jump out of the trance. I'm not going to test for that
mm,
because to do so would be totally uncool. But, it'd be like, hey, punch yourself in the face. You're not going to do that normally. So you're not going to do that in trance.
mm,
So you've got your eyes closed. Why don't you go ahead and look up into your eyebrow
mhm,
and listen to my voice and realize that every sound around is going to send you deeper into trance, no matter what it is. Unless there is an emergency in your immediate environment, you will stay in a trance or go deeper. And you can feel the fluttering of your eyes as you're looking into your eyebrows, and this means that you're going into a state of trance. And I want you to take a long, deep breath as if your pelvis is breathing in past and through your lungs. Once you get to the top of that breath, I want you to hold it a little longer, just a little longer, and then very slowly start to let it out. Let it out, letting it out slowly. And when you get to the bottom of it, just hold it. There you go. Now I want you to breathe in slowly again, breathing very deeply and slow. Nice and slow. top of it. I want you to hold it, hold it, hold. There you go. You're doing great. Slowly letting it out. Very slowly letting it out. There you go. Once you get to the total bottom of it, I want you to hold it, hold it, hold it. There you go. And one more time, we're going to breathe in very, very slowly this time. Very, very going, going, hold it, hold it, hold it. And now I want you to forget all about your eyes and put your chin down as if you're looking down a flight of stairs. There you go, and let your breath out. And you're going to see your feet, hear your feet, and feel your feet as you take each step. And with each step, you're going 10 times deeper. And you're taking step 10 as you go deeper. And taking step 9. And you can see your feet taking step 8. And you can hear your feet taking step 7 and 6. And now you're halfway down on step 5. And from here on out, every single step will be 100 times deeper into trance. As you take step 4, going 100 times, and step 3, step 2, step 1, and now there you are, totally down into the deep basement of the subconscious of the mind. And in front of you, you see the most beautiful doorway that you have ever seen. And on that door is a door handle that is the most comfortable looking, and it seems to attract your hand. And you reach over and you turn that doorknob, and you open that door. And when you step in, you are in the most wonderful place you can imagine. You're in the safest place you can imagine. And if at any time during this trance you feel unsafe in any way, you will immediately return to this place and let me know. Do you understand?
Yes.
It's most comfortable here. The temperature's perfect. There's your favorite type of chair. Sit down in the chair. Just relax. Everything can be left to me. Now then, we're going to test some things so that you can understand how well you're in this trance.
Hmm.
So in your right hand, I want you to imagine you have a bucket that's full of sand. And in your left hand, I want you to imagine you have a balloon. And the right hand is being pulled down, and the left hand is being pulled up. The left hand keeps going higher and higher. It's actually kind of hard to hold on to. You're almost about to pull out of the chair. Okay, so let go of the bucket and the balloon. Just return your hands to your lap. Now just imagine if your mind can handle that kind of silly suggestion, how well it's going to be able to handle the suggestions I'm going to be able to give to you later on. Kind of funny, isn't it? It's also kind of enjoyable. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into this situation of shame. We're going to go back to the scene that has everything to do with this feeling of shame. You're going to feel yourself growing younger and lighter and smaller. You're going back across time. You feel the years melting away. And now I want you to just be there. Where are you? Is it daytime or nighttime?
I think it's daytime.
Daytime?
Hmm.
How old are you?
I think I'm like 6 years old.
6 years old, and it's daytime. Are you inside or are you outside?
I think I'm inside, but I want to go outside.
Inside? You want to go outside? Okay. Who else is there with
My parents and baby brother.
you? Okay. What is being said? What can you hear? What is going on around you?
Mm, Maybe like the sound of food being cooked.
So is this breakfast, supper, lunch,
I think it's lunchtime.
lunchtime? So it's the middle of the day, inside your home. Lunch is being cooked. Your baby brother's there and your parents, and you're wanting to go outside. What
Mhm.
is so important for you to go outside?
I want to run around and play. Maybe kick around a soccer ball.
And when you go outside, what happens?
Mm, I'm not sure. Maybe I feel I don't have someone to play with.
No one to play with. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, like kind of bummed out because it would be nice to hang out with somebody.
So you feel lonely?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Okay. What else is
Mm.
going on?
All right. And I know that if I, or I have a feeling that if I share my feelings with my mom, then she will not be able to support me.
So you don't feel comfortable letting your mother know that you feel lonely.
Right. That's true.
Would it be safe to say that you're feeling a little jealous of your younger brother?
Mm,
If that doesn't feel true, that's fine.
yeah, it doesn't feel true.
Okay.
But I just feel that I can't express my feelings with my mom, though. That is true for sure.
Can't express your truth. Okay. So we're going to leave that scene behind
Hmm.
and we're going to go back to another scene. And you can feel the years slipping away. You're going to becoming younger, lighter, smaller. You're going back to another scene that has to do with shame and loneliness and not being able to share your feelings. So
Mhm.
where are you now? Just be there.
So now I'm younger, right? Mm, nice. Yeah, there's a memory. Maybe I'm 5 years old. I think I might be 5 years old.
You're
And
small.
yeah, Yeah, I'm small. And like in that time I have some trouble with like digesting my food, and I apparently I would throw up my food. Mm, and this would really upset my parents. And there's a memory of my dad getting so upset that he drove me in his car, like drove me out into like the middle of a field, and then told me to get out of the car, and then he pretended to leave me, like he was going to drive away and leave me. And because I was so young, I didn't know that he wasn't serious, so I actually thought that was gonna happen. And that really scared me.
Okay. So did the food make you ill or was it a feeling?
I think it was a feeling because
It's okay. Just let go and relax. This isn't about thinking. This is all about feeling.
like
Just relax.
I feel it's challenging for me to remember why I was throwing up.
Is that something that you feel unsafe at this time discussing?
No, I just can't pinpoint exactly
It's
when
okay.
or how that started, but I think we should go back in time a little more.
Okay. Very good. So we're going to go even farther back.
Hmm.
We're going to go back to the very, very beginning. Any time that this feeling would come on you that would cause you to throw your food. Now then, we're going back further and further and further to the very first time it happened. We're going deeper and deeper and deeper. Where are
Thing is, I can't locate that memory of when it first happened, but I can only
you? It's
share
okay.
this.
The feeling is fine.
I can share like the situation that I was in that I think might have something to do with that. Should I share this situation?
It is your situation to share, Nick.
The situation is that I'm born to teenage parents, and even before I'm born, there's already a lot of shame appearing, especially in my mom. And her own shame is triggered by her father, who is upset that she's pregnant. And
Since we
so
know that you were plugged into her nervous system completely in every way, that's your shame is getting transferred straight into your nervous system.
I think so.
This isn't about thinking, this is about feeling. And so let's ask the subconscious and make absolutely certain that this is the situation.
Mm. And I think it was also reinforced, like my mom would accidentally make me feel shame for things that I've done in childhood, which was why I stopped sharing my feelings with her, because she would find some way of saying that it was my fault.
How did it make you feel when your mother blamed you for your own feelings?
I felt really alone, and I felt that I didn't know who my mother was. Like I knew who my biological mother was, but I felt that yeah, just biologically I knew whose body I came out of, but I felt I didn't have a mother.
So you grew up with that pain.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's something you're still carrying with you.
I mean, I think I'm doing a pretty good job of healing it every day.
If you walk into it, that's good. It's good leaning in. Well, it's a very brave thing to do. Not many people do that in this world.
Thank you.
How is your relationship with your mother today?
It's getting a bit better. Um, and my guess is that she sees how much I have healed myself, and it seems like that's motivated her to heal herself as well.
Well, one thing we know is that between two people, there is an energetic cord. And when one person heals, that healing is sent to the other, especially between mother and child. So as
It's
you were
amazing.
hooked into her nervous system, you experienced whatever she experienced in every way while your
Mm,
brain was forming and everything that was all being programmed there.
mhm,
So as you heal your situation, and we know that everything is energy, we know that your mother is experiencing some healing too, whether she's consciously going into it or not.
mhm,
So now we're going to go into another scene. And this scene has everything to do with your own personal feelings of feeling alone, feeling
mhm,
blamed, and feeling shamed for feeling your feelings.
mm.
So, starting from your perfect safe place, where are we going this time? Going back across the years, months, days, weeks. Feel yourself growing younger, lighter, smaller. Where are we going to this as we get back? So just be there. Where are you now?
I think I'm feeling that I should talk about what happened last year.
Okay. So a year ago,
Mm,
are you inside or outside?
okay, I'm inside.
Daytime or nighttime?
Let's do nighttime.
Okay.
And I'm alone in my room. And I'm feeling the most amount of guilt I ever felt.
What's this guilt about?
It's about that I ended a relationship and quickly started a new one without having any consideration for how that would make my previous partner feel.
So why do you feel guilty for how your previous partner would feel about you starting a new relationship?
Right. There's something I felt guilty about the pain that my action caused her. Mm,
While it is good that you're concerned about her pain, what about your own pain that was the impetus for causing the relationship to end in the first place? Don't
that's
you
true.
deserve to feel happy?
That's true.
Don't you deserve to feel fulfilled? Don't you deserve to feel supported?
That
Don't
is true.
you deserve to feel that your authenticity and your vulnerability are part of your strength, and that if you aren't using them or allowed to use them or allowed to express yourself, then how is it your responsibility how the other person feels this once you walked away?
Mm.
I mean, it's great to be considerate of the other person. However, you must be considerate of your own heart first. If you don't fill your cup with water, you cannot offer a stranger a drink, much less someone you love.
That's true. Because
So,
even now, I still feel some like fear about dating somebody and making it public because yeah, I feel like a fear of hurting her again and feeling guilty about that again.
okay, so why don't we explore this? How is it your responsibility? How was it your responsibility that your mother experienced shame? How was it your responsibility that your father experienced shame? How was it your responsibility that your grandfather or grandmother or any member of the family outside of you experienced shame? And how is it your responsibility that this other person that things did not work out with might experience any feeling at all toward you? How is it
Mm,
your responsibility? In the beginning, you were an embryo. You did not ask to be born.
mm.
Did you ask to be born? Did you ask two teenagers to make love and have unprotected sex, and therefore create new life, and that life be you?
Mm-mm, nope.
Did you ask this other person that you were having a relationship to feel perfectly fine with everything that was going on with you and to support you?
Did I ask her to support me? I don't think so.
So you withheld your feelings, you withheld your authenticity from her.
I think for a long time. Yeah.
And what happened when you actually talked to her and became vulnerable with her?
It just became clear to me that we should stop performing like we should be together and just end it.
Okay. And what was her response or reaction?
Mm. The thing is, we had broken up in the past and gotten back together.
So you were
Um,
playing a game of ping pong love.
that was happening. Yeah.
Okay. So you tried to make it work. You tried to force it to work while carrying around a generational enforced guilt and shame for just being made.
Mm.
And once you exposed that, once you exposed your soft white underbelly and showed that, yes, you could be a strong enough person to show who you are, that was rejected. And you decided to end it because you don't like being rejected, do you? If that's not a true statement, then it's okay. Let me know what the true statement is.
I just felt like I could not mm, be myself with her, so I just thought it was better to end it.
So you've got a whole lifetime of not being allowed to be yourself from the time you were formed for 33 years. You've not been allowed to be yourself when you were with other people, and
Mm.
you've been carrying this around. And anytime you start feeling that feeling of, hey, I want to be recognized, it brings up that shame and blame and guilt when you were younger. Does this
Mm.
feel like a true statement?
Yes, it does.
So, since this feels like a very true statement, what do you believe deep down inside could possibly end this situation for you and make you feel whole and complete within yourself? What deep inside you, what feeling can you generate from within you?
I can choose to love that baby version of myself.
Of course, that broken-hearted child lives inside your heart, doesn't he? And he's
I just feel
waiting
like
for
that's
your love.
mm,
He's waiting for your love, the love that your parents obviously did not know how to give. Your
hmm
grandparents gave it. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go back to that little baby and we're going to ask, what was the role of this shame, blame, and guilt in your life until now? What role did it play? What was its importance in your life?
what role did the shame play?
Shame, blame, guilt. What role did it play in Nick's life? Just ask inside yourself.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Okay. Well, ask it. What does its function? What does it do for you?
I think the guilt had the function of like blocking me from crossing certain boundaries.
Your own or other people?
I think of other people. Yeah,
Okay, so you didn't cross their boundaries. Did
like
you allow them to cross yours?
I think so. I think I felt guilt for making others uncomfortable. Yeah,
So you were taking on the role of others in the function of allowing them to be themselves wholly. Sound accurate?
yeah, kind of like I was letting myself. Hmm,
Kind of people pleasing.
that did happen. Yeah, and I didn't have strong boundaries for myself.
So what was its function? By not letting you have any boundaries and allowing everyone else to cross your boundary with their own.
Hmm,
What function?
hmm. It was like some attempt at getting acceptance or approval to finally be feel safe again. I think I did not feel acceptance from at least from my mom.
Okay, so is it safe to say, true to say, that by doing away with your own boundaries and allowing others to have their way with you, that it kept you from feeling lonely
Hmm,
and it also allowed you to feel seen and heard in
yep,
some cases,
yeah, that's true.
but yet when you presented your actual situation from behind the mask, what happened?
I felt that I could do that with my friends, but not like with a partner. Yeah, I think I
What
felt a
happened when you
fear.
did that with your partner? Anytime that you did that with your partner, what happened?
Well, I think in that time, the partners that I attracted were the type of people that would get quickly angry or jealous about
So it's
something
safe to
that
say they rejected your truth,
that's true. Yep.
right? And how did that make you feel deep inside?
I felt that that sucked, but in that time, I still preferred to have them around, so I wouldn't feel lonely. Because I think in that time, I felt that that sucked more.
So the loneliness sucked more than the absolute rejection,
I think so.
right? Well, let's go back to the child in the field. And you're standing there now, and you're looking at your father drive the car away, and you're looking at that little boy, and you're 33-year-old Nick looking at that 5-year-old boy.
Mm.
He threw up his dinner, and his father took him out into a field and abandoned him. And I want you to look at little Nick. I want you to look him in the eyes, and I want you to say, "That's not me." You can do it. Say it. That's not me.
That's not me.
I am not 5 years old.
I'm not 5 years old.
I am 33-year-old man.
I'm a 33-year-old man.
I have a life of my own.
I have a life of my own.
That's not me.
That's not me.
And I want you to go back now to where you're in the family home. Lunch is being made. And you're feeling guilty for wanting to go outside and play, and yet you're lonely. And you can't express that to your mother. And you look down at that 6-year-old boy and you say, "That's not me.
That's not me.
I'm a 33-year-old man.
I'm a 33-year-old man.
I have a life of my own.
I have a life of my own.
That's not me."
That's not me.
And I want you to go back to that room a year ago where you're more concerned with the feelings of your ex-girlfriend than with your own feelings.
Mm.
And I want you to look at 32-year-old Nick, and I want you to say, "That's not me.
That's not me.
I am 33 years old.
I'm 33 years old.
I have a life of my own.
I have a life of my own.
That's not me."
That's not me.
Can you see how these three scenes and many others that your mind touched upon have all done one thing? It brought you feeling deep inside yourself of how you have always rejected yourself,
Mm.
how you've always put yourself second. No matter what was going on, you would rather feel attention from others than feel alone, than feel like that scared little boy whose parents abandoned him before he was ever born. And I
Mm.
want you to go back to the moment of conception. the moment that that sperm entered the egg. And I want you to express into that every bit of love that you can, every bit of love for that child you can. And I want you to feel that love growing as that child develops in its mother's body. And I want you to feel that love spreading out, that embryo as it grows, and send that love back to your mother. Send that love back to your father. Let that embryo grow into a full-sized infant and be born full of love in every fiber of your being. And feel that love and that acceptance, who you are, who you've become, filling every moment of your life. It's always been there. It's always been there. It's always been in your heart, no matter what was going on. And now, as a 33-year-old man, coming all the way through your life, knowing that that love has always been in your heart, I want you to feel every particle of your being, every physical part of yourself filled with that love, with that acceptance, with that authentic vulnerability, that it is okay to be Nick, that it is okay to be a teacher, it is okay to be a coach, it is okay to have your own feelings, to have them ratified from outside, to have them recognized by others and supported by others. I want you to feel that in your heart. Give that little boy, so that every moment of your life, even though you didn't realize it at the time, every moment of your life has been filled with that love, that unconditional love that you get to freely give to yourself and to others, regardless of what they think, regardless of what they feel. You always feel that unconditional love for yourself, in yourself. Your boundaries are only crossed when you allow them to be. And those boundaries, when you allow them to be crossed, are only crossed by those who allow for your authenticity as you allow for theirs. From here on out, you are your own superpower. You are your own superhero. Anyone who attempts to cross your boundary without your permission, you will immediately let them know, no, that's not acceptable with me, and we're not doing it that way. Yes, this is how I feel, and I'm allowed to feel this. And if you don't like it, you can leave, and it's okay. It's okay to be alone without feeling lonely. It's okay to sometimes feel lonely and to go out into the world and to find like-minded, like-hearted people. It's okay for Nick to feel full of pride at the man he's made himself into, regardless of how he began, regardless of where he began, regardless of who he came into the world as. Nick is a strong, independent man who is able to feel his feelings and express himself fully. How does that feel within you, Nick?
Yeah, it feels good to be able to be myself.
Yeah, to laugh when you want because it's funny, to cry if necessary. Maybe you do go off by yourself and do that, but it's okay to do that. To let it go. To no longer hold yourself responsible to how other people view you. How does that feel within you, Nick? If
That
no
feels
one
great.
else has ever given you permission, I am giving you permission to do that right here and right now.
Mm. Yeah, it feels great.
I want to hear you give yourself permission to take this feeling with you.
Yeah, I give myself permission to take this feeling with me and to be authentic.
That's a wonderful place to be, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
You slap that big ol' S on your chest now, haven't you?
Yeah. And actually, like as we're talking, another memory comes up about shame that I haven't told anyone that I think I should just share it now.
Go ahead. This is your space.
I think I might have been around 7 or 8 years old. And I just got one of my I got a brand new video game and I was really attached to this game. I really loved this video game. And I also just recently got a new dog, and my new dog happened to chew on my video game CD and broke my video game. So then in that moment I felt so much anger because I had bought that game with my own like birthday money or something. So I felt so much anger that I picked up my dog and I threw her down the stairs. Luckily the stairs were carpeted. But like when I think back, like luckily there was like carpeted stairs, but I mean still that must have hurt. That must have hurt my dog. And yeah, I threw her down the stairs. The first time it was a very short flight of stairs, maybe like 5 steps. And then I threw her again, and it was like maybe like 8 or 9 steps. And then as soon as she got to the bottom, suddenly I realized what I had done, and I felt so bad, and I just hugged her, like saying I'm sorry. And I
So
feel like
basically,
this.
what had been done to you, you did to her.
Can you help me to see that?
So you came into a world where you weren't necessarily wanted. A thing happened that wasn't wanted to happen.
Mm,
And the cause of that unwanted happening was blame and shame and, in some ways, abuse. And you allowed what happened with your dog to cause the same thing. Something happened that wasn't wanted. And the cause of what wasn't wanted, shamed and blamed and pushed away. The dog was just following its own instinct. Oh, I have something to chew on.
mm.
And did you catch her in the actual act, or did you just find it later?
I think I did catch her, actually.
If you caught her in the act, then perhaps she understood what she had done wrong, but you overreacted,
Mm,
way overreacted. And you see how all the pent up frustration allowed you to overlook the innocence of the dog just doing what the dog did.
hmm
Yes, what you did is reprehensible. Picking up a dog, throwing it, when it's not actually attacking you, that's pretty harsh. But can you see how all the pent up frustration within you exploded in one moment?
hmm
So you're not that person anymore, either are you?
No, I'm not.
It's not something you would do with your own child or your own pet. You might,
Definitely not.
you would correct the pet, but actually now as an adult, you would make sure that your favorite video game was put away properly and the pet couldn't get to it.
Hmm.
A part of that too is your own shame for not taking care of what was yours and not taking responsibility for what belonged to you, so the dog couldn't get to it in the first.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's a multi-layered situation there. But you're not that man. You're not that boy anymore. You're a grown man.
Mm.
So that's not Nick either. So look at that child and say, that's not me.
Yeah, that's not me.
I'm not that child.
I'm not that child.
I am 33-year-old Nick.
I'm 33-year-old Nick.
I'm a grown man with a great life.
I'm a grown man with a great life.
And I work to never hurt other people.
And I work to never hurt other people.
But I cannot be held responsible for what they do or what they feel.
I cannot be held responsible for what they do or for what they believe.
You have to be strong for you in all ways. And you have to present that authenticity to the world, don't you?
Hmm.
You do have the right to do that, as long as you're working to present yourself in an authentic manner, not harming others. But
Hmm.
you cannot be held responsible for how someone else decides to be in the moment based on what you're doing. As long
That's
as you're
true.
not intending them harm, as long as you're not committing physical harm against them,
Hmm.
presenting your authenticity is your right.
I think I'm seeing a link between the incident with the dog and the incident with the breakup because I feel like one similarity is that in the moment, like for example, with the dog, like in that moment when I did that, it's like I wasn't even thinking about what I was doing. I was just totally reacting in some autopilot mode without being aware of what I was doing until after it happened. So I think there's been shame about my unawareness because I felt that happen again when I did act on this impulsive autopilot when I broke up and started again so quickly. It was coming from a place of scarcity. And because I wasn't aware of that, I think I shamed myself for my unawareness.
And yet it's taken all of your education as a coach and working with an actual hypno-coach to be able to get to that point, hasn't it?
That's definitely helped so much.
Yeah. This is
It's
an
almost like
incredible session.
it was something that that I or my mind or whatever like didn't want to look at. It was a pattern that it didn't want to recognize. But it is a pattern that
Yes. And knowing's half the battle, isn't it? Now, as you go forward in life, you're going to be able to reinforce your belief system and you'll be looking for patterns within your own self.
and I'll be more forgiving towards myself if I if I just don't happen to catch myself quickly enough. Well, that skill is improving significantly, but I should still be nice to myself if I ever slip up.
Everybody makes mistakes. Hurt
Mm,
people hurt people.
that's true.
And we don't intend to always. Some people that are hurt intentionally hurt others. an attempt to overcome the pain. But it doesn't sound to me like you're doing something intentional to hurt others to overcome
That's
your
true.
pain.
That's true.
It sounds to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, that your own authenticity has been ignored by you and others, and where you were holding them responsible to see you when they saw you for who you wanted to be seen as, when they saw the true you, they didn't like you. And that in turn reinforced the guilt within you. I shouldn't have let them see me.
Mm.
And that in turn reinforced the shame and the blame of I'm the cause of everybody else's pain. When in fact, you are not the cause of anyone else's pain. Their own subconscious decisions do that just the same as yours have your whole life.
Mm.
So the pattern ends now. You've already ended it. Your whole body is relaxed to a point where I can tell just by looking at you, you have ended it. Now, there may be still some vestiges that come up here and there, little pockets of resistance. But what we're going to do right now is you're going to hold your hands in your lap as if you're holding a crystal ball or a bubble.
Mm.
I want you to envision that crystal ball or bubble filling with smoke. Darker shame and blame and guilt, the darker the smoke. You feel that bubble pulling all of that shame and blame and guilt from the moment of your conception till now into it. It's filling. It's pulling it out of every molecule, out of every atom, out of every electron, proton, and neutron in your body. It's pulling it out of your DNA, pulling it out of your energetic field, filling up, pulling it out of your feet, out of your hair, out of your eyes and fingers, out of your heart and lungs, out of every single one of your chakras, out of your teeth, out of your ears and nose, out of your chest and arms, out of your bones, out of the marrow of your bone, out of every part of you that is pulling all of the negative belief system, every single feeling, every single thought that would make a feeling associated with it is pulling that negative dark energy out of you completely. And as it pulls that negative dark energy out of you, you feel your own heart filling the void that is left with the light of unconditional love. Your higher self is filling you with that unconditional love. I want you to let me know when that bubble is filled. It pulls all of those negative beliefs, all of those negative subconscious reactions and responses, all of those systems of self-defense, all of those inauthentic moments, all of those feelings of shame, blame, and guilt. All of them are being pulled into that bubble. All of every single bit. Let me know when that bubble is filled. Keep breathing, keep letting all those feelings fill that bubble, filling it like a balloon. Although that balloon can't burst, contains it all. Thing is, it's a one-way street. It can't come backwards. Once you release it, it's gone. totally removed, gone forever. Any comfort zone, any inauthenticity,
Yeah, I think it's full now.
masks. I want you to take it, tie it off like you would a balloon. I want you to let it float away. See it floating into space. There you go. See it floating off into space. And as it floats away, it takes your love light with it and it begins to grow lighter, 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 until suddenly it pops like a firework. It's all sparks of loving light given back to the universe, recycled into infinite, unconditional love. All of that energy is now gone. And now I want you to repeat after me. I am enough.
I am enough.
I am whole and complete within myself.
I am whole and complete within myself.
Everything I need is within me.
Everything I need is within me.
Every day, in every way, I am getting better, better, and better.
Every way and every day in every way, I'm getting better and better and better.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I am in love with myself.
I am in love with myself.
I am whole and complete within myself.
I am whole and complete within myself.
I have phenomenal coping skills.
I have phenomenal coping skills.
I have incredible healing abilities.
I have incredible healing abilities.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I approve of myself.
I approve of myself.
I am always authentic.
I'm always authentic.
I allow my vulnerability to be my strength.
I allow my vulnerability to be my strength.
I am whole and complete within myself.
I am whole and complete within myself.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I am worthy of love.
I am worthy of love.
I am worthy of my own love.
I am worthy of my own love.
I am proud of myself.
I am proud of myself.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I look forward to my life.
I look forward to my life.
I look forward to my love.
I look forward to my love.
I look forward to giving it to everyone.
I look forward to giving it to everyone.
I look forward to being my best day.
I look forward to it being my best day.
I look forward to being my best me.
I look forward to being my best me.
I look forward to being my best life.
I look forward to being my best life.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I am deserving.
I am deserving.
I know this.
I know this.
Every day in every way, I am getting better, better, and better.
Every day in every way, I'm getting better, better, and better.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I approve of myself.
I approve of myself.
I am proud proud of myself.
I am proud of myself.
I have strength within me.
I have strength within me.
I always attract strong people.
I always attract strong people.
I always attract loving people.
I always attract loving people.
I always attract authentic people.
I always attract authentic people.
I am authentic.
I am authentic.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I am deserving.
I am deserving.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I am proud of myself.
I am proud of myself.
I am grateful.
I am grateful.
I am grateful to live my life.
I'm grateful to live my life.
I am grateful to be my best version.
I'm grateful to be my best version.
I am happy within myself.
I am happy within myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I am enough.
I am enough.
And now, Nick, we're going to walk you out. You're sitting there in your safest place and you're enjoying yourself. And it's been a good journey and a lot has been learned. Now it's time to stand up, turn around, and there's the door. And you take the door handle in your hand. You look one last time over your shoulder, knowing that you're going to take this new feeling with you through the rest of your life. And that at any time, you can come back to this place for this feeling just by simply closing your eyes and breathing deeply. And you take the door handle and you open it and you step through. And you see a flight of stairs. And you're going to start coming up now, taking step 1, step 2, step 3, 4, 5, becoming more cognizant and conscious. 6, 7, 8, feeling whole and complete within yourself. You take step 9 and 10 and just open your eyes and be here. Great job.
Thank you.
That was incredible.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. That was I think we both needed that one.
Yeah, that was great.
How are you feeling in the immediate moment?
Yeah, really chill, especially after letting that bubble go.
That's an incredible little tool to use.
And also
So,
before it popped, I was able to say thank you to it, and then it popped, and that felt nice.
thank you for adding that to my repertoire. I will be sure and use that in the future. It's yeah. Thank you for all you've taught me. Now it's time
Yeah,
to go. That's
exactly.
yeah. I appreciate that insight. That's from one coach to another. Thanks.
Thank
That's
you.
great. Well, brother, I look forward to talking again soon. Wow. Um, I will definitely be in contact with you about a check-in call. I'll be sending you the recording soon. Be listened to morning and evening to reinforce everything we've just done.
Nice.
And thank you for allowing us to use this session to showcase what we do and how we do it. Your method may be a little different than mine, but this is, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you. I'm actually still figuring out my method, so this is really helpful for me.
Yeah, well, I've been figuring out my method for 30 something years now.
Mm,
So it's it's finally culminating in, hey, what do I get to add to the box today? And this has
sure.
been a very, very incredible session. I appreciate it so much. Can't imagine. So thank you,
Awesome.
sir.
I was feeling some
What?
worried that maybe it wasn't good enough of a session, like from my end. Like I was feeling worried that maybe I'm not providing I don't know, good enough things for the session.
When you're working in your subconscious and you're dealing with the things you've dealt with, especially from the moment of conception, brother, you did a great job. It's not about were you being a good subject. It's a matter of were you receiving what you needed.
Mm,
And, watching your body change, you know, I'm trained in watching, so I'll watch your body change points there when you let some things go. And just the way you're even looking at the camera now, you know, there's a little telltale difference.
mm.
In the days going forward, don't be surprised if people say, recut your hair.
Right.
You know, they're going to wonder what's different about you. And it never fails. It always happens that way. So, huh. I've done probably about 1,100 hours in the narcissistic abuse recovery program. And my brother-in-law passed, and I went to the funeral, and my cousin hadn't seen me for years. Cousins hadn't seen me for years, and they were just like, "Where's you?" And I'm like, "This is
Awesome.
me." And they're like, "Not the you I know." I'm like, "Yeah, well, welcome to the new me." And
Nice.
uh, every time they see me since then, it's like, "Wow, you're a totally different human." And of
Mm,
course, the people I interact with, for the most part, by choice. Our motto is grow so fast that if your best friend hasn't seen you for 90 days, they don't know who you are.
mm.
And I can tell you, it can be hard to keep up with yourself that way. But
Right.
another one of our mottos is if at least 50% of your goals don't have at least a 50% chance of failure, you're not pulling yourself to your potential.
Mm,
So some of my goals only have maybe a 0.1% chance of success. I ain't stopping.
mhm.
I ain't stopping. So it was good to work with you today to be able to know, help you and be able to help myself and to find